While it's unclear how long the music department classes will be rehearsing outside, if you're ever on the south side of campus, they're always looking for an audience. All the proceeds from today's event will go to the Borderline Strong Foundation to support victims' families and survivors. Whether it's for pumpkin pies or jack-o'-lanterns, we should all make an effort in reducing our waste this holiday season. It's unclear how the performing arts will bounce back after the pandemic, but performers are still finding creative ways to remain active in their passion. While Jessica and Caleb have been able to find homes that they can call their own, there's still an issue with many college students today dealing with housing, and the pandemic doesn't make it any easier. Many employees participated in the walkout today, but Netflix as a whole still needs to take steps in undoing the damage it did to the trans community. Reporting from Los Angeles for Valley View News, I'm Margot Rowe. 3 years ago, tragedy struck the Borderline bar community after a mass shooting killed 12 people at the bar. Carl Edgar, who is a regular at the Borderline bar, attended this commemorative event to show support for the community.
I am here because I have gone to Borderline since 2016, and I lost a few friends there at the shooting, and I am just here to support everyone who was there.
Many remember where they were that night of the shooting. Eric Mejia and his friends were regulars at the Borderline bar. The night of the tragedy happened to be the one time they chose not to go.
I was supposed to go to the bar, and we had gone very consistently, and it was one of those off nights.
However, many smiles were seen today. Sarah Reeves believes line dancing is the best way for the community to heal and remember the victims.
I think it's a great way to honor everyone by doing what they love to do as well.
All the proceeds from today's event will go to the Borderline Strong Foundation to support victims' families and survivors. Reporting from Thousand Oaks for Valley View News, I'm Margot Rowe.
Gender violence.
Last week, dozens of allies and members of the LGBTQ community and many Netflix employees took part in a Netflix walkout.
I am here.
The walkout was in response to Dave Chappelle's Netflix-sponsored special called The Closer. Many complained that the show mocks the trans community.
Dave Chappelle put out a very extremely transphobic and homophobic special, and to me that hurts me directly, and it hurts my community.
Even after strong public acrimony and an employee backlash, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos defended the Chappelle special. Netflix also fired an employee for leaking a company memo about the Chappelle program to the media. He also said the content on screen doesn't directly translate to real-world harm. Also, 2 workers were suspended for organizing the Netflix walkout. Under pressure, Sarandos later said that he screwed up and should have recognized the fact that a group of our employees was really hurting.
The fact that they suspended, trans employees and then fired one shows kind of the level of equity of actually hearing their employees.
And be invisible where they try to invisibilize us.
Trans activist Ashley Marie Preston organized the event and was joined by many, including her sister. They had demands for what Netflix should do next.
I hope that Netflix will meet the demands that our trans siblings have created. I hope that they get to be paid more for the trauma that they've had to endure. I really hope that it brings more doors of conversation open.
While many classes are back on campus in classrooms, some aren't. Performing art classes, especially in the music department, take a different approach when returning onto campus.
Certainly 10 ensembles are rehearsing outside, and I would say there's a bunch of small things going on outside too.
LA County COVID-19 rules requires that certain players and artists to practice outside if face coverings can't be used.
We were not allowed to have winds and singers inside at all. So that's a lot of our ensembles.
Even though he has classes outside, Jacob Alvarez Ruiz believes it's better than rehearsing through a computer screen.
It's quite refreshing compared to spending a whole year on Zoom.
The music might come off as a distraction during study time, but Alvarez Ruiz believes that people enjoy the outside rehearsals.
There's not a day where we don't have people stopping by when they're walking their dogs. They stop by to just record, to just listen. Even students, while they're walking from classes or to their cars, they stand by with their friends and they just take a few minutes to listen to us. And it's even we feel great that they are enjoying the activity as well.
While it's unclear how long the music department classes will be rehearsing outside, if you're ever on the south side of campus, they're always looking for an audience. Reporting for Valley View News, I'm Margot Rowe.